We are going to check the assignment for week 4. First, uh, select Active Directory user and computer. To create organizational unit, we need to have a domain. In the domain, select, right-click, and new organizational unit. Select and name the organizational unit. For example, for example, work. And create the organizational unit. In this assignment, we need to create the organizational unit. We need to create 8 organizational unit, like employees, stakeholder, research, management, IT, HR, employees, auditors, accounting. After creating the organizational unit, we must create the user. To create a new user, select new object user and create the user. Name, initials, log name. For example, my user. Gonzalo, initial M, user log name, Gonzalo, and then password. For more security, we can select this option. User must change password at next login and create a password. Create the password and next and finish. Today we not create my user because I'm create the user for the assignment. For example, HR, Sarah, IT, Mortal, accounting, Guy, Stephen, auditors, Bruce, Sally. To assign user to one unit organizational, we can select the user, right click, and select, right click, move, and search the unit organizational, for example, employee, okay. Each user is already assigned to their respective organizational unit. For example, in accounting, Guy Stephen, auditors, Bruce and Sally, employees, HR, Sarah, IT, Mortal, management, Frank, Janine, Per, research, Phil, Ted, stakeholders, then Spencer team. After assigning users to the organizational unit, we need to create the folder called Promised Land and subfolder accounting, auditors, employees, HR, IT, management, research, stakeholders. And we must assign permissions to user for each folder. For example, Sarah, we need access to folder HR. Security, Sarah, and your permission is full control. Um, IT, more talk is the user and full control. Management, Janine, Per, and Frank only permission to read and write. How to assign permission to access the folder. For example, in folder employees, sorry, right click, properties, and in section security, um, select advanced and add. Select principal, for example, Sarah. Write the username, select Sarah, okay, and select the permission. For example, full control or modify or only, for example, read and write. mm, Modify and select okay, apply, and Sarah has a permission for this folder. We can remove. mm, Okay. Every user was assigned to respective folder and your respective access according Stephen Guy for full control. Sorry, Stephen Guy for modify. Um, Auditor Sally and Bruce full control, and every user has a different permission. Thank you.